Hi everyone, how are you guys doing today? My package from Sephora finally arrived and I have the Natasha Denona Sunrise Palette with me. And I have decided that in this video, I'm going to share the swatches of this palette, all of these beautiful, gorgeous 15 shades. I will not be talking much throughout this video, but you will get to see how these shades apply using proper brushes over my lids and how they look against my skin tone. My thoughts about the shades and the palette and the price and all of that will be shared in a separate video because I didn't want to combine it and then have to rush through the application in an attempt to make it shorter as I usually do. So I hope you guys like this format. That way we can kind of relax and look at how these shades are actually applying. And then later on I will share my thoughts on this palette after I have used it a few times. So this is kind of a first impression as well as just the swatches. If you like this format, then let's go. Alright, so this is what the outer packaging looks like, and on the back side it gives you the details, the ingredients and names and numbers of all the shadows. The palette itself is very sturdy with metallic lid and plastic bottom, which allows the individual shadows to be popped out by pushing through the little holes with a pin. Inside you have a beautiful mirror and the shadows themselves are gorgeous warm shades that justify the name Sunrise. For the swatches, in my usual format, I'm not going to be wearing any eyeshadow primer underneath. I have e.l.f. 16-hour Camo Concealer under my eyes, which is set with the e.l.f. setting powder. I'll be using a smudger brush for applying the shimmers and a blender brush for the mattes. And in between the applications, I'll be cleaning them on my color sweep and a paper towel. For my lids, I'll be using Ofra makeup wipes for cleaning and a paper towel for drying them, and I'll use the e.l.f. setting powder to take care of any leftover wetness. So let's get started. The very first shade, called Poppy, is a pink or a fuchsia shimmer. The second one, called Citrine, is a bright yellow matte. The third shadow is called Flax and is a warm reddish copper shimmer. The fourth shadow is called Awakening and is a pinkish champagne shimmer with a slight purple shift to it. It wasn't applying well with the brush, so I tried using my finger and success. The fifth and the last shadow in the top row is called Laurel, the high shine peachy champagne. Aster, the first shadow in the second row, is a chunkier mauve teal duochrome shimmer, the first one of the chroma crystals. Again, I wasn't too happy with the way it applied with a brush, so I applied it with my finger. Glory is a fuchsia matte, which for some reason I thought was a brighter pink, but at least on my skin it looks more of a deep fuchsia. Azalea is a pink copper duochrome and the second chroma crystal shade. I tried using my finger, but that was still not much of an improvement. Morgan is a pretty coral matte. Agate is a golden champagne shimmer. The first one in the last row is called Clove and is a brownish maroon matte. And Carnelian is an orangish yellow matte. Jasper is a bright terracotta matte. And Morning is a light peachy matte. And the final shadow is called Day Spring, and it's a beautiful copper shimmer. Again, I wasn't too happy with the way it applied, so I applied it with my finger. So again, here are all the shadows. I decided to leave the Day Spring on my list just as it, and then blended the orangey Jasper shade in my crease and under my lower lash line. And then I took the shade Clove in my outer corner on the upper lash line as well as on the lower lash line and applied some mascara, and that's it. I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a giant thumbs up. I will share my thoughts and do a more detailed review of this palette in a separate video because, as I mentioned earlier, I did not want to miss out on showing you guys the application by trying to shorten the video, because otherwise it gets very difficult to do everything in the same one. So if you like this format, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Let me know so in the comments below. If you think it is better if I presented all the information in the single longer video, then let me know so as well, so that I know what to do for future palettes. Okay, thank you again for joining me. If you're not subscribed, then I hope you consider subscribing and hitting the notification bell so that you find out when my next videos, including the review for this palette, goes up. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.